All right, it looks like we got a lot of people showing up at Vaka Burgers at 2765 East Olympic Boulevard in the heart of East LA. The Latino Cyber Guy chilling with one and only Chef Aaron Perez or Aaron. Is it Aaron? How do you say it? Yeah. How do they call you when you're little? Aaron or they call you Aaron? Aaron? You know, Latinos always have names for everybody. We always make up nicknames even if you can't say your name. But we're here at Vaka Burgers located inside Ramirez Beverage Center. That's right at the corner of Olympic and Soto. Most people know this area as the Sears building, the big giant building right across the street. Inside the liquor store, or what they call a beverage market, is Vaka Burgers. And with me is the one and only Chef Aaron and Esmeralda. And we were talking about the history of Boyle Heights, and for those of you people who are just tuning in, and as well as favorites and behind the scenes of things that they had to struggle to get here. But one of the things we want to do is share with you the food, because that's what everybody's been waiting for. Because as you look at this menu, there's a lot of stuff to order, and you're just trying to figure out what do you order in a place like this. And of course, we have customers right behind me, and they're just ready to order their favorites, and we're going to talk to them because they can give me some pointers on what to order on a day like this as it gets busy. Late nights right here at Vaka Burgers. And who do we have with? Your name is?
My name is Jesus Baldo.
Now, Jesus Baldo is a local foodie here in East LA. You say you're from here or from?
Yeah. It's a big town, but I'm definitely.
All right, give me a hood or give me a high school.
I'm coming from K-Town right now, but I actually went to Loyola High School.
Oh, Loyola Cubs. Yeah, you always met them in the football. They had one of those football teams that did very well, and they still do very well. Loyola on the other side of town. But as you know, Salesian in the house, and as well as Cathedral that owns the place. So it's amazing. It's a Catholic school reunion of sorts. So tell us, you're a customer here, and everybody knows Chef Aaron. What is your favorite? Why do you come here? How did you first hear about Vaka Burgers?
Well, nowadays a lot of the word gets carried out through social media. So I happened to follow them on Instagram. I came across them one day, and I said, you know what? There's nothing more special than being a part of something when it starts off the ground. And when I came for the first time, I said to myself, man, I can't wait. I saw the pictures of the food that was being taken, and I came, and I sunk my teeth into it, and the rest is history. You got to try it, man.
All right. Now we're going to try this because you know what happens with pictures? A lot of food stylists, they put the food coloring, they put the little sweat on it. They make it look like that girl in the Carl's Burger Jr. where she's taking a bite of it, and really she never even bites it, I guess, but because you never see her chewing it or swallowing it. But they make it look so tempting, and I know, Chef Aaron, you were also a food stylist at one point.
Yeah, early on in my career, I did a lot of culinary production, which is food styling. Like I said earlier, I had the chance to work with Bobby Flay on the Food Network. I did a Cadillac commercial, a lot of print. So again, yeah. So, we incorporate that in the burgers. So it's not only are you getting a great tasting burger, but you're also getting a sexy looking burger as well. Like you said, it's not one of those things where it looks great on the billboard and then you get it and it's all smashed and flat. And
yeah, because I was going to say there's a hamburger that used to call itself the big something, and then you go out and buy it now and it's the little something. It's not what it used to be. You're like, whoa, how did this shrink? But nonetheless, we're at Vaka Burgers and we're looking at this menu, and this menu is quite unique because a lot of the items are original, locally grown, and also organic. So they do a good job of trying to make sure that you eat a healthy burger. But I think it's more of a meal. Do you think it's a meal or just versus a burger?
Oh yeah, it's a meal for sure. And I don't cook per se, but I know quality when I taste it. And when I sunk my teeth into the brisket, that's the one that really I saw it and I had to taste it for myself, and that's what I'm going to order today. I made it a point today after the Salesian Cathedral game. I'm going to Vaka Burger right after, man. I'm going to get it.
All right.
Open till 11. So.
Brisket, open till 11. Mostly, what are the hours you normally open till?
We're open 7 days a week, from 12 to 11 p.m. So we don't take a day off here. Again, a lot of people's schedules vary. So we get a good lunch crowd, and then people that want to come out on the weekends. We get a lot of people from out of town that come here now via social media and some great write-ups that we've had recently from the LA Times and Eater LA and Los Angeles Magazine. So we're getting a buzz, but we're still in the core of Boyle Heights, and we feed the people here as well as outsiders and generate income, and all the income's flowing around here. And I think that's what the community needs. Some regeneration of income, and we hire local. So yeah.
All right, I'm looking at this menu, and I'm looking at all. He said brisket. There's the OG, the vaka, the porky, the truffle, los altos, brie, pato loco. All right, now it sounds crazy. Can you order this anytime, or this like you have to come here on a Wednesday just for that specialty?
No, originally we started off, like I mentioned earlier, we had a food truck, the pop-up. We started off with like 5 burgers. It was just the OG, the vaka, the brie burger, the truffle, and I think the grown-up grilled cheese, and that was it. Fries and dirty fries, which are our version of some animal-style fries that some other people sell. But yeah, now it's I think we're at like 13 burgers or something like that, 14 burgers. And at first they start off as specials, and they end up staying because people just love them.
All right, now we're talking brisket. How did brisket get in the burger mix? Because he came for the brisket.
It's a funny story about the brisket. Is I grew up again eating brisket. My uncle used to make it in the barbecue, slow roasted, and would slice it. And another childhood memory. And I went to Philadelphia. I did some competition judging over there, and I had a place called Herschel's at the Reddings Terminal in Philadelphia, and they're known for their Jewish style pickling, and so I tasted that, and I came back here, and I kind of asked the guy well, what does it have in it? I have a restaurant in LA, and he kind of gave me some of the ingredients. So for a good 3 months, I was
experimenting,
playing with it. We were still selling it, and it wasn't quite where I wanted. Now it's like it keeps getting better every time.
All right, is it quite where he wants it? Are you satisfied, or?
I'm above satisfied, and if it's going to keep getting better, man, I can't wait.
All right, so what we're going to ask you to do as soon as it comes up, because I know it's not a fast food place. They take their time and they do it right. Yes.
Before that, I'd be asking questions. So you have to believe the quality and the time that goes into the preparation. I mean, I'm looking for the health benefits as well. And if I wanted something cheap and fast, you could go somewhere else. There's plenty of options for that, but we deserve better.
That's true, because otherwise you won't sleep tonight if you ate someplace out of fast food. All right, so you were at a local game. Who was playing? Just so people may know.
It was Salesian High School, his former high school, and Cathedral High School, where my son attended. Graduated last year. He's up in.
All right, Salesian versus Cathedral were playing tonight, and who won?
Actually, it was tied in regulation, and then Cathedral won in extra time.
All right, so we're not in the football season, but what season are we in? Basketball?
Basketball and soccer. This is a soccer game.
So in the soccer game, in 2016, Cathedral takes the lead. My hat's off to the Phantoms. They deserve it, but nonetheless, we still got a couple more months to make amends, because we can still come back. Salesian has always fielded some great soccer teams. For the years.
Absolutely, and last year as well, they're very competitive. They go back and forth.
Cross country, right? I know cross country was always the staple at Salesian. That was like their pride and joy, always taking nationals.
Well, that was I think it was Brother Keegan. That's the name of the stadium, is Brother Keegan. I remember him, and he used to drive the bus with all the players to whatever, cross country football. And I remember him driving that bus back in the day. But yeah, he was a spirited old guy. And he didn't take slack. He was one of those that needed a SWAT was available. I don't know if they can do that now, but those were the days when people were a little bit more disciplined. But do me a favor, grab that brisket, bring it and show it so people can say this is truly what it is. All right, thank you for that comment. We surely appreciate it. All right, we're back with Sharon. Sharon, look at him. Duh, how do I get to Sharon? We're back with Aaron. And we're talking about burgers and places in East LA. We'll just do a quick recap, because Boyle Heights is known for a lot of great restaurants, as well as history from Mr. Boyle, who started and bought Boyle Heights for $4,000. Correct? How old is Boyle Heights?
1857, right?
Yeah, 1857, 1858, when it was founded. So it has a quite history. What were the 4 major groups that made an impact and left their foods here?
the Jewish, the Yiddish, the Russian, and the Japanese.
That's right. So if you still have an opportunity to come to Boyle Heights, you might find some of those restaurants still here. I know the Japanese here, Mexican you can find everywhere, and Russian and Jewish, they're kind of hard to find here in East LA, but if you go to the west side, they all moved up. Cantor's is one of the famous ones, you know, and you start looking at all the famous Russian restaurants, they all started in East LA. And the reason why they moved to the west side was after the war, a lot of these restaurants became famous, and because of that, they moved to the west side, which is the Fairfax district, Beverly Hills, and those areas. And of course, people followed food because that's their culture and that's their community. So we have a rich history. We still have a lot of the remnants, and we're talking about great food that's natural, vaka burgers. So what do you recommend so that people can see that I'm eating one of your burgers and not just talking about burgers?
Well, you know, I'm gonna recommend. We actually prepared two for you that I feel that are the staple and the core of what we stand for here and what we started with. So the first one is the OG burger, which we explained earlier, and that has romaine Russian dressing that we make. We make all of our sauces here, of course, the grass-fed beef, and you know it's almost a half a pound of beef. It's a little over 6 ounces. So you're not getting a little 3-ounce patty, and we hand form them so they're nice and symmetrical. It's a real chef's burger, you know. It's something that if you went to the west side or you went to a nice restaurant, you're gonna pay top dollar for that burger. But since it's a casual setting, I wanted the burger to really shine versus the space.
You know? That's the OG burger we're talking about, and then there's the other one that you're also known for.
The vaka burger. I'm proud of that one because it reminds me of that bacon western cheeseburger that I feel it doesn't taste the same as when I grew up. That has a nice beer battered tempura onion ring, the grass fed meat, of course, Munster cheese, which is organic, our house made barbecue sauce that we make, and then we make something called bacon jam, right?
Bacon jam.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
That's a new one for me. Bacon has been used in a lot of things, but a jam? Okay, talk to me about a bacon jam.
Yeah, bacon jam basically is our version of like a marmalade, if you want, or like a jam, right? So we make our bacon, we house make our bacon here, right? It's like, how do you make bacon? Well, that is the cut of the pork. It's pork belly. We cure it for a minimum of 10 days. Right, curing is we pack it with salt and we extract all the water. So that's an old school preservation thing. That's another fun fact history right there.
So if ever your refrigerator goes out, pack your meat in salt and let it dry.
For the winter.
It's not going to go bad.
If there's a winter. Yeah. So that we use beer, we use apple cider vinegar, sugar. And then we let it just marinate. You know, we put it over flame and we cook it down. We render the fat, and then we blend it, and it's like candy. I mean, you can eat a spoon of that. It's great. So that goes on top of it.
All right. So that's the delicacies, or I should say, that's the meal we're going to try tonight here at Vaka Burgers because they're known for that. And I want to invite you to come here whenever you get the chance. Yeah. Check them out online. Where can they check you out online?
Well, we have a pretty heavy presence on social media. Again, Instagram at Vaka Burgers, VAKA Burgers. On Facebook, on our fan page. You can Google us, Yelp us. We have some great reviews out there, great write-ups. So you could just, you know, basically anywhere, social media outlets, we're on it. Twitter, so at Vaka Burgers. Yeah.
And just in case you forget the ingredients, we have the lovely Stephanie, one of the many hostesses here tonight, that not only can just take your change, because most people don't even see hello. They just say it's $4.25 and then like get out of here. But at Vaka Burgers, you have a little place to sit and just to relax and unwind for the day. And Stephanie, I asked Stephanie earlier and to see what the best burgers were, and she was going to pull out two from the two that the chef recommended. Do we still have them, or somebody else ate them yet? Well, bring them out so people can see what.
You know, we have some great guys in the back that are making it happen.
Are you saying you have mini me's? It's not you going out there like staying there 12 hours a day and cooking?
I am here 12 hours a day. But see, that is the thing. For any especially restaurant business, for it to succeed on a long term level and get replications, you really have to have a good team and train good. So basically, there is many means there.
All right, so I'm going to hand you the mic, and I'm going to put this closer to the camera so people can see it. Chef, take the mic. Explain to people what this one is, because I'm going to bring it really, really close.
First of all, shout out to David right here. Yeah, there you go. So right here we have the vaka burger. Again, you see our nice brioche bun, our patty, our Munster cheese, our onion ring, our bacon jam, and our barbecue sauce. Well, that's amazing. So, when you look at it, that's how you're going to get it. Of course, it's nice and folded for your convenience, and so you guys can take it home. For purposes of this, we left it out like this. So
I'm going to slice this.
Yeah.
About slicing a burger.
Yeah.
The inside, like looking at the engine of the car. Like, you just don't say the electric seats and let's check out the engine. So
all right.
we can get a knife. We'll slice this burger real fast so that you can see the inside, because that's the important thing when you're talking about burgers, is that how does it really look inside? So he just stepped back in the kitchen, and we're just enjoying ourselves at a beautiful night here in East Los Angeles at Vaka Burgers. So if you get a chance, check them out on Facebook. Their media is all over, Instagram, Pinterest, and, of course, Yelp. And we're getting the knife to slice this. We're live. You can see people in the back are ordering and enjoying themselves right here in the heart of East LA. People don't know where it's at. I'll give it once again, right at the Sears building where all the freeways meet, intersect in the heart of East Los Angeles, right across the street. I would say about 50 yards or 100 yards from the corner is Vaka Burgers inside Ramirez Beverage Center. All right, so we got the burger.
I'm going to put it right here. I don't want this.
Okay.
And
he's slicing it for us now.
All right, so our burgers here, again, I'm not a fan of the charring, if you will. So we cook our burgers medium here. We won't go anything more than a medium well, for the purposes of the beef and to keep its nice juiciness. And the last thing I would hate to get is a well done order and then me a bad review because it's dry. I mean, we always recommend. So see, you're going to get that nice medium.
Wait, I put it like right there, so let's see if we can. There you go. You can see.
All right. See, so you're gonna see that nice flavor right there. That's Flavor Town. That's what we call Flavor Town over here. You want that nice medium. I like my burgers medium rare. I've learned to like them like that, and they're just way juicier. So see, you're gonna just see so many layers of flavors. So not only is it good, it looks good. I'm a firm believer in that. In culinary school, it's 80% visual, 20% taste.
You are, like I say, yeah, it's one of those things that people enjoy their meals. It's like buffet. You want to eat everything, but you can't eat everything. So I always tell my trick to buffet is go for the expensive stuff first and the cheap stuff later, because you always eat the rice and all the other stuff. But if they have the expensive stuff, then go for it, because it's not that often you get to enjoy it. But this is what type of burger? Once again?
This is the Vaka burger. Again, we have our house-made barbecue sauce, Munster cheese, our nice beer batter tempura onion ring, and our bacon jam, and it's just smothered again with barbecue sauce. Yeah.
I'm going to take a bite of this and really see if it's what he all says. But let me introduce you to the other half, and Esmeraldo in the background here, and she's making sure everybody's being served.
You know what? I'm sorry, guys. I know we're live. He's trying to get away from me, but he has a really cool story.
Yeah.
Come here. Come here.
There's nothing wrong with good stories, so come on over here. Behind the counter, this is like family homegrown. And tell us who you are, first of all, and how you got to Vaka Burgers. And here's the red carpet. I should say the red carpet or the red carpet review, because, a lot of this stuff that you see on television is marketing 101. They'll make you believe in a picture, and then when you go there, it's a big letdown. And so that's what frustrates you, because you're paying good money, and then you're like, it's the tiniest little thing or the driest little thing. And Vaka Burger is challenging all those other places. All right, so first of all, what is your name?
My name's Manuel.
All right, Manuel, come on closer. Don't be afraid of the camera. Just talk to me. Manuel, are you from the area or where are you from?
Born and raised in Boyle Heights.
Give me the hood, like high school or streets where you grew up at.
Here in the area, literally maybe 500 steps from here in Wyverwood.
Oh, pardon me? Okay, so he's local in the area, so that's not too, he said 500 steps. That's really close. Man, I wish I could be close to this place. But how did you hear about it, and what was your first impression? Because the first impression usually tells you, you know what, I paid too much money, or the food sucks, or what was your first impression?
It's a very good value for the quality you're getting. I recommend it. It's awesome. It leaves a great taste in your mouth when you walk away. You can hardly talk when you're eating it because you're just so great.
Now, you have a story to tell that people have mentioned that I don't know yet, but to tell me what the story is.
Well, I worked at this very location. These are sacred grounds for me because I had one of my first jobs when I was a teenager. It used to be called Fine's Market. So it's kind of real nostalgic to be here.
So this used to be a... Yeah, it looks like a... So this was your teenage...
1980, 81?
Okay. So back in the day, yeah, because there wasn't major markets here in East LA. They were all smart, Johnson's and Best. There's a couple of Lucky's was one of the first ones. You're like, wow, Lucky's on Lorena and Brooklyn, I think it was back in the day.
This was a go-to market for all the people in the area.
So, high school that you're from?
Roosevelt.
Rough Rider, okay. There's nothing wrong with Rough Riders. I don't know if they won the Garfield Roosevelt this year. Oh, say no more. Well, we'll just leave it at that. Everybody has their day, and I'm pretty sure you Rough Riders can come back. But so you were here as a teenager. Now, how did you find out about this place?
I think social media is where I originally found out, and the name is catchy, and I had to check it out. And ever since I've come, I was supporting them on their truck when they were outside. And I come here as often as I can, so it's awesome.
If it's the one thing, people have like their favorites, what is your favorite?
The burgers are awesome. I like the attention to detail, the organic stuff. You go out of your way, Chef, to do for the community, and I think it's great because, you can have a savory meal and it can still have that touch of health to it, where you're not getting all the hormones, antibiotics. It's awesome. That's my cup of tea. First recommendation for people who come here, what would you rather they try? All the burgers are great. I've only tried about 3 because once you get them, you stick with what you like and you don't venture out sometimes. But the Pato Loco, second, I was here about 2 weeks ago and I tried that. And I tried it again and just savory. So if you want a non-red meat alternative, would be the duck. Well, see, there you go, another healthy non-meat alternative, the duck. And it's people forget that all these gamey animals have a different taste to them. Chicken is bland, but duck has its own taste. Thank you, appreciate that, and continue coming back. And you can check yourself out later on. We'll post it for you.
All right.
But it's a healthy choice, and I think that's what everybody's looking forward to nowadays, is that healthy place where you can come and get a good meal. So, what is the future for Vaka Burgers now that we have the OG burger and the Vaka burger? What's next?
Wow, we have a lot of things in the works, and I'm really proud of the brand and how far we've came with it. We're going to keep this as our first location. We're going to keep it open for the neighborhood. We're moving to downtown Los Angeles on 9th and Broadway.
All right, so let's hold it on that because you said you're moving.
No.
So,
yeah, we're adding a location.
Okay, they're adding a location. Don't go all get up on Yelp and start protesting outside the street. They're adding another location, and that is where?
Yeah. So our second location is going to be on 9th and Broadway, and at the Blackstone Building, and that's going to be a full sit down. I know we're in a beverage depot, but particularly here you can't drink alcohol. It's just regular beverages. Over there you will. If you want to enjoy a cocktail or a craft beer or signature beer, whatever we're going to have there. And that is going to be open, pretty late because we actually co-opt with one of the leading bar club, scene people there. So we're excited about that. And then hopefully 2017 we get Dodger Stadium. We're rooting for that. We're
a Dodger Vaka burger? Hey, who knew? You got to dream big nowadays.
Yeah. So we're doing that. We have A lot of other projects. We're looking to open in airports. I've been going to the East Coast a lot. I have a few chef friends up there that we might do something with as far as the Vaka Burger brand. So we're just moving forward with it. You know, it's wherever God wants to put us, then we're there. You know, and then I have a lot of personal projects coming up as well. I just signed some stuff with
some VIP contracts.
Yeah. We signed some stuff. So, yeah, you know, and it's just it's pushing forward. That my thing is, I'm a kid from the hood, and I'm gonna keep riding the wave until the surfboard does it, until it lands in the sand and I can't ride it anymore. You know.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I promise people. Let's take a bite of this and let's give each other the review because this is going to be good. Look at this.
Yeah.
Not like a commercial. First impression.
This never gets old.
My first impression. The bun.
Right.
The bun is nice. It's a perfect bun. And I'm not a critic on the perfect, but just taste of the bun, and then the juiciness of it, and it's not all dripping in your face. It's not like, you know, falling apart or, you know, you have to hold it with two hands. But it feels very juicy that you just want to give it another try.
You're not going nowhere, right? You're gonna taste it and give your opinion. I got one for my wife.
I can't complain. That's the bacon jam in there? Was it a bacon jam?
It tastes kind of sweet.
Mm-hmm.
He's leaving.
He
said my wife's gonna.
All right, just show the brisket. Maybe take a bite of the brisket. Here we go. Come over here. Come over here. Put it in front of the camera. So, and I'll talk about it just so that people really, really close up. You know, people like close-ups. That's the brisket here. So, if you get a chance, besides the two recommendations that were given, Loyola Cubs in the house that I'm representing recommend the brisket. So, you have a choice of a variety of different burgers that you can try. All right, there you go. I love it when people just bite into it.
This is a new one that we get. And, you know, it's
all right. There we go. Perfect.
fantastic.
All right. I tell you, we're going to continue eating here, and then we're going to set up. We got another burger set up for the next order. So we're going to take a break. We're going to finish what we ate, give you our recommendations, and then come back with the next burger and the next burger. You know, I should just order the menu and then just go from there. All right, Chef Aaron, let's finish eating, and we'll be right back.
This one, I think, is the best one that we've done. We cooked it a little longer. We added a little bit more of the pickling spices that we use. See, what we're doing now is, remember how we used to run out? I have two at a time. So, like, this I have two more that are brining. It's the third day. So it gets an extra day of brining. And this is good. You never had this one, huh? Doesn't it taste like a bacon western cheeseburger?
But the bacon western cheeseburger tastes crunchy. And it's all dry, and you think that it's that crunchy. This is soft.
Yeah, I could eat these. That's the thing. I could eat these burgers, like.
And just in case you didn't hear it, we're going to do it twice because that's the magic of live streaming. We're here at Vaka Burgers. I'm already forgetting Vaka Burgers where I'm at. I'm looking at all the stuff that's in here, and it's like it jades you because you would never imagine that a Vaka Burgers would be in the middle of a beverage mart and have such great food and great talented chefs that brought me out the second recommendation, which is this is the OG burger.
OG burger. This is our classic burger. And for those who didn't hear before, this is Francis and David, again, the backbones of the kitchen, the guys who are in there prepping and doing orders. I'm here every day, but these guys are really the ones that are taking this creation and replicating it and doing a great job. You know, it's about replication. It's about consistency. So these guys are getting trained. You know, hopefully they.
So look at the faces, put your faces in the camera, because who knows, the next truck or the next online restaurant could be one of these guys, and you say, I saw them at Vaka Burgers when they were first starting. And how many burgers do you guys do a day? Because it seems like these would be rolling off, and
roughly about maybe 200 to 300, maybe more, depending on the day it is. Yeah. Depending on the day, our weekends are really strong. Those are the busiest days for us.
We go through 1,300 pounds a month.
1,300 pounds. Now, besides a burger, there's always a side that goes with a burger, you know, whether it's a fries or onion rings. What's like the top side that I would match with a burger? Because I see the sides here, dirty fries, truffle fries, Maui rings, BB wangs, and what do you recommend for the first-time person?
Dirty fries. Recommend dirty fries. Those are the most popular ones.
All right, so what does a dirty fries consist of?
Fries comes with two dressings, which is the Russian dressing and garlic aioli. And they have some caramelized onions with feta cheese topped with parsley.
All right, so think of dirty fries as a combination. Now, onion rings, you see them at the market. They're very expensive. And then when you take them home and you try to cook them, they fall apart. What makes your onion rings special?
Our onion rings, we're dipping them in tempura batter with our beer, so it comes out to beer batter tempura. Then we cook off the onion rings to a golden crisp brown, so they come out presentable. Toss them out with our smoked salt and topped off with parsley also as a garnish.
Now, when we look at their onion rings, that's like one onion ring to three onion rings that you normally would get someplace else. So we're not just talking a little tiny, slim, thick, thin onion. We're talking a nice bite size, and 2 or 3 will fill you up. I'll be honest with you, because I'm looking at them, and it seems like a little, but once you eat and bite into this stuff, it's a lot.
And I think they're, you know, we create that fluffiness because the carbonation in the beer, you know. So when you add a cold carbonation, you know, you're whipping it really fast. You're creating air so that you create a nice fluffy onion ring. So it gets coated. It's not, you know, sometimes you bite into an onion ring and it's raw still. You know, I know I've had that at other places where it looks great and then you bite it and there's still that. It's like a pancake, you know, when a pancake's raw. So yeah, again, it's all about the temperature, coating it even. It's really a science, you know. All this is a science, and it's great to.
Well, it also takes a lot of practice, because 200 or 300 to do them exactly the same or even better, that's mind-boggling. Now, a dessert. Do you guys have like a dessert on this menu, or something that's like off the wall, off the chart?
We actually do. We have our bread pudding that is topped off with our butterscotch made in-house, and our candied almonds also that are topped off also. That's on high demand. A lot of people order that as soon as they're done with their meal. Of course, we have the lovely ladies here convince them to get that dessert, and it always wins. They always take it home.
So bread pudding topped off. Okay, so give me the ingredients once again, very slowly, okay? So it's bread pudding. Give me it's bread, and then what else?
Yeah, we use bread.
Bread pudding, and then we have our butterscotch, and then we top it off with our candied peanuts that we roast in-house also.
Now, this is all made from scratch. This is not just, I'm going to Smart and Final, I'm gonna buy the pastry and then just put butterscotch on it.
No, so what we do is, again, it's very like classical French. You know, we make a custard, heavy cream, brown sugar, eggs. Whip that, and then we soak our brioche bread in there. We cook it off, and then, you know, when we created this, it was like the butterscotch, and I even told you guys when we were first doing it, it reminded me of the See's Candy butterscotch lollipop, right? And we add salt. Salt brings out all the flavors. And then our candied nuts. Right now we're using mixed nuts. Again, we're always trying to evolve. So at first we started with walnuts, and then we did almonds, and now we're doing a combination of all of them. And to me, it tastes like it tastes like peanut brittle from Disneyland. You know, like that's the consistency that.
Now, there's something to imagine. Peanut brittle from Disneyland. And, you know, they always do things top-notch there at Disney. So, congratulations, chefs. Super Bowl Sunday. Carne asada burgers. What's it going to be? Who's going to win?
Burgers, especially around Boyle Heights. we're in the community. They rather do our burgers than go off of carne asada.
There you have it. Burgers are winning for the Super Bowl, and the two assistant chefs are here giving us their view of the hundreds of burgers they cook every day, and invite you to come and try that brioche bread, because the only other good bread place here in East LA is La Mascota, right?
Yeah. So yeah, that's another great place. And our bread pudding, it's almost like a capirotada, right? Again, we wanted to keep it Latin, and we also know we have one more. We have the Boyle Heights cake. It's called. It's
all right, the Boyle Heights cake. All right, we got to listen.
Our version of the LAUSD coffee cake.
That I haven't tried. So give me the ingredients.
So we basically make like a nice fluffy cake, a lot of cinnamon, and then we cake on the brown sugar. I have a fresh piece we'll get out for you. I want you to see it.
Is that like burned on, like
it's almost like a crumble, like a brown sugar crumble on top. If you remember, I went to public school for a couple of years, and it's people who come that, especially the older generation, they're like, wow, you just took me back to Wilson, or you just took me back to Lincoln, or. So it's a really good. That's another hot seller.
All right, it's a cafeteria style, but with a hipster twist, and we're going to try that. Yeah. Now we're going to ask you to slice this hamburger here. We're going to do the second part of this beautiful burger.
David, go ahead and slice it.
Going to slice it for us. I'm going to see the inside of it so people can actually see what this vaka burger looks like. And this is the, once again,
OG burger.
OG burger. Look at that. And that's with a dull knife. He's slicing it, okay? That's how soft and beautiful it is. All right. So stick your hand out and just put it right here in front of the lens. There you can see. And pink around the brown is good. It doesn't have to be dry, right?
No. And that's the thing. What's your take on the burger situation? I mean, growing up, wasn't it always well done?
Always well done. Always well done.
Because
it's not properly cooked. It's not cooked all the way. So if you eat it like that, you can get sick.
Well, that everybody's been led to believe that because because it has even slightly pink or slightly runny, and then you get this hard, like you say, it's like shoe leather because you're biting into it and it's crunchy. And a burger's not supposed to be crunchy. The lettuce may be, but the meat shouldn't be crunchy.
Right. Over here at Vaka Burger, we call that a hockey puck. When it's well done. It's again, we really don't, but it's like if you ever hear in the back hockey puck, that's like, it's a well done because it's very hard, and we stress it a lot. Don't overcook your meat.
All right, now each chef has a specialty: burgers, sides, or dessert. What are you guys? Everybody has one that can just throw down like nobody else. What do you throw down here? That's the special one.
Pretty much do everything.
Well, you got to have one that you just like. It just I can do all the rest, but this one you just enjoy doing it because you add a little extra. What is your?
I like the Vaka burger since it's my favorite burger here. So every time I do that, I do it like it's gonna be for me, and not just with that burger, but any other burger. But when I get done with the Vaka burger, that's
all right. He's a burger kind of guy, not a sweets or a side guy, but he's a burger kind of guy. All right, no?
Or on the sides.
Give me the best sides. If I was here and I saw you say, "What's the best side that I should order when you're here?"
Sides, what David said earlier, would be the dirty fries. Because you see these fries, and if you didn't want to go with the burger side, you go with our fries, especially dirty. Yeah, it's bound to fill you up.
We're talking healthy dirty. We're not talking dirty dirty. We're talking healthy dirty because when you look at it, it looks like a mess, but when you eat it, of course, you're going to enjoy it. Now, Chef Aaron, what's your favorite? I know you do all these things, but out of these three, you have one that just like you always enjoy going in the kitchen for.
I think I'm going to go with, it'll probably change next week, but I think it's the brisket. It's the preparation of making it and seeing how you could make it better. So that's always a good challenge for me. That's like something that I enjoy from start to finish because you got to remember we let it brine. For all of us foodies out there, we know what brine means. It means we're basically marinating in a solution, which is in this case brown sugar, pickling spices. We do it for a minimum of 4 days. So that brisket doesn't come out of that solution for 4 days, and then we're cooking it for about, what, 6-7 hours? 7 hours. Yeah. So, and it's all about topping the flavor. Like when the gentleman was taking a bite of the brisket earlier, I asked, that's the first thing, how did it come out? You know, because I know how it comes out from my palate, but the consumers are the most important thing.
Yeah, they're your judge because, like I say, you can make it as pretty as you want, but if you forgot the salt or the pepper or something, he comes back and says, this taste, you know, doesn't have flavor because salt is missing or pepper or there's no bacon jam in it. All right, but let's cut to the chase. Chef, you take a bite of one, and I'm going to take a bite of the other. And I want to thank you guys for joining us here on camera.
And here Esmeralda cooking in the
and she's batting 3-0 right now for these guys while they're taking a break. They're taking a break from this hard day. But they're open from what time to what time?
We're open 7 days a week, 12 p.m. to 11 p.m., 2765 East Olympic Boulevard.
And if you don't know where that is, just GPS it. That's how easy it is. Google it. Yeah, but you can do that. All right. So let's look at this.
So thank you, guys.
Thank you. And we're going to put it right here so you can see what it is. You know, what I hate about fluorescent lighting, because there's a lot of fluorescent lighting in here, it really makes things look white. But if you look at this, it has a lot of color. You can see the meat. You can see the cheese. You can see the lettuce. You can see all the great ingredients in here. And this bread is amazing because you touch it and it's like soft and it has like sort of consistent crunchy taste. So now we're going to try this one. So excuse me, because we're going to go silent. And most of you probably think, yeah, go silent. Let's enjoy this burger. Mmm. Mmm.
Right classic backyard burger, but reminds me of Bomb Speedway. It really does.
They got 3 oomph. There should be a meter, like a oomph meter. You should have like a little meter here that registers everybody's yeah. You know, this whole idea of there's no words for it to describe a burger like this. And the only way you can do that is just by coming by and just when you get a chance. Doesn't have to be every week, but if you're ever out in this area, try Chef Aaron's place because he's got stuff out here on the menu. They used to run out of things here on a daily basis because why? Because it was so good, and then they put so much specialty in it that it was very special for the customers, and they haven't lost that touch. Like I said, brisket and some other ideas he's coming up with to add to the mix, as well as a lounge that they're. Is it called a lounge or a restaurant or what is it?
Yeah, it's going to be a restaurant. Like we're basically co-oping with. Let me get to a napkin right here.
Don't worry about me.
So it's basically we are opening our own space. It's going to be a restaurant. We're actually be connected to. It's a lounge setting. So basically, we're going to do their bar menu, meaning we're going to serve food for them. But it's you guys got to see it. We're opening it in August. It's a cool concept. We're going to be separated by maybe a wall, and the drinks will come out, and it's going to be, we're like coexisting. It's going to be amazing. So,
and this is going to be located somewhere in downtown. And give me the name of the building because it's going to be in one of these iconic buildings. I love downtown. I grew up there, as I mentioned in the earlier part of the broadcast. I used to shoe shine downtown for 25 cents and then go to the movies afterwards and enjoy a great day. But tell me the name of the building and roughly the streets where people can find this in August because I want to continue eating this hamburger. Or I should say burger. It shouldn't be just a hamburger. This is a burger, right?
It's a gourmet burger, boutique burger. You know, people have different names for it. Some people say they're eating a steak, you know, just because of the cuts we use. But it's going to be on 9th and Broadway at the Blackstone building, right across the street from the Eastern building. Again, those are iconic buildings. The Eastern's an iconic building. It's the one with the big clock on it. In downtown, it lights up, nice colors. So we'll be there, and we'll have the storefront. You won't be able to miss us. Hopefully in August we'll be open. So yeah, in August we are going to keep this location, of course, but that's just a different option. You know, we have people coming from all walks of life over here. You know, and really, for this place, I love when the people from the west side come over here, and I know a lot of people have different opinions about that. I love it because
they forget the history. That we talked about the history, that this used to be an iconic place for people to come because of the cheap rent. You know, people came here because of cheap rent, and then it was a nice place to live. And especially when the bridges came in, the Boyle Heights, then it even made it more feasible. And I think now there's a push here to bring, people call it gentrification, they just call it time, energy, and people are looking for communities that are viable.
Yeah, and I think, you know, for me, putting it here, not only is it my hometown, you know, we're generating income for the community. We're letting outsiders come in and see that it's not all bad, you know. And that was another thing. I wanted people to see, you know, when I would do events in Beverly, Hills, I mean, I have tattoos.
Well, the stigma of the tattoos, and then the East LA and gang infested, and you know,
you know, doing catering for millionaires, and they're like, oh, well, where did you grow up? Boyle Heights. Oh, you know, but then you let the food prove itself, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But that was one of the things that would always kind of hinder me when I would hear that. It's like, you know, I think we're probably one of the most hardworking people here, and we get a bad rap for things that maybe have happened or whatever in the community, but that happens everywhere.
But also, like you say, besides the bad rap, everything we do, people like.
Yep.
You know, the trucks that people tried to ban 5 years ago have now become
Gourmet trucks.
Gourmet trucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talk about recycling. We started recycling. You talk about all this stuff that's happening in this neighborhood, and things that we've done and that we've taken for granted, you know, from people still raise chickens in the neighborhood, you know. I just heard that somewhere in the Washington Heights, people are paying like $900 to $2,000 for chicken coops. Can you believe that? Because they want organic eggs. And we've been doing it all the time. But once again, we've been very simple about it, and we haven't really taken that business approach because nobody's taught us those business habits.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that I'm pushing for. Even like we would do healthy cooking classes, just to educate. You know, educate. It never hurts to learn. You're never too young or old to learn. You know, a lot of the old school, you know, my mom's generation, you know, 60s, 70s. Oh yeah. Oh, well, you know, I'm not going to eat organic. Well, it's never too late to just do it, and you feel better. You feel good that you're paying somebody fair wages to pick your crops. That has a lot to do with why you buy organic, why you buy commercial. So it goes back to, like, the humanity, and I really think it's coming a full 360 from when you said that people were doing this way before. I think it's coming back around, and this generation is really starting to get it again.
Well, that's true. And I also tell you, people, we got to learn those healthy habits because one day the smartphone or Google's not going to be there for us. And no matter how much you try to turn it on, it's not going to bring you a healthy meal. So, like I say, those skills, I call them life skills, because we've forgotten about them because it's so convenient to run into a store and get those things. But you also have a dream to be alongside what they call a Dodger dog. Is that right?
Yeah. That's one of our goals is Dodger Stadium. Yeah, Dodger Stadium, stadiums in general. But I mean, it would be amazing to open up. I mean, you know, growing up going to Dodger Stadium, I just met one of my other heroes, Fernando Valenzuela, last week. So that was like a huge honor. I grew up, you know, watching him and in the bullpen and yeah, so that would be amazing. That's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Well, those are things in the works right here. And people ask, what's this cost? And people say, is it expensive? Is it cheap? How much does it cost? It costs the good price of a meal. Because you're eating a meal. It's not just a burger. And that's why I tell people, when you pay for a good meal, I would say you're going to take home stuff. Because I just ate half a burger and I was full. And I can just imagine the dirty fries and the capirotada, which is the homemade bread pudding. And it becomes something more than just, you know, I just paid $40 to eat Italian food and I'm still not full.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And we've all done it. I've done it. That's why I don't even go out anymore. to eat unless it's going to be a great meal that, yes, I'm going to pay some money, but I know I know what I'm going to get. Yeah, so, I mean, you pay burgers on, $10 to $12. It all depends on what you get. Again, you're paying for the artistry, you're paying for the ingredients, you're paying because somebody is actually back here making your food.
You're paying to be fed right. That's what I said. It's just eating those two pieces. Your stomach feels good, but you don't feel like that. Oh my God, let me sit down. I need a soda to burp. Because what happens is people start adding other things to the meal that makes it worse, and then before you know it, you're not even sleeping right at night.
Yeah, and that has a lot to do with it. And I'm just going to give you a personal experience that I had, and one of the reasons why I pushed. I had bad back. I had stomach problems, and I couldn't sleep right. And I started, drinking vitamins and taking a more healthier approach. And there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean that we're not Latinos or I don't know. There's a lot of mixed feelings about that.
Well, everybody has their point of view, but the end result is be healthy. That's the whole idea, is be healthy. And everybody's healthy has a different version, but hey, if you can do it without going to the hospital or relying on drugs for the rest of your life, because that's what happens with all these diabetics and everybody down the road, it's shameful. So, but if you have an opportunity, come on down.
Come on down, yeah.
2765 East Olympic Boulevard. If the chef isn't here, Esmeralda's here. If Esmeralda's not here, Stephanie's here. If not, the mini-me's are back there, and ask them what their specialty is, and then they'll make it for you. Minions, I see. Because you want to pass on this knowledge, and I think that's beautiful that we're passing on this knowledge, and particularly here in East Los Angeles, because it's what we all forget, and people forget. Laid these foundations for us, these histories for us, and have been successful. And there's no reason why this generation or the next generation can't do the same, learning those good, healthy habits, whether it's at food or whether it's business. And we're going to ask Esmeralda to come in, because she's been working the office, working the cooks, and give us her last, I would say, tip or a word of advice, because she's been the other half, because you need somebody with an administrative background to help you. And
I think, she's been, I'm going to say 70% of our success. And I think I'm a great chef, but you can't, she's the person that translates all that, whether it's writing the menus, taking the time to do that. I'm a guy that just loves to cook, and I have a lot of ideas, so she kind of sees them through and makes them happen. That's so. Yeah.
I'll pay you later for saying that.
The crystallizer. I love Latinas, and particularly, like I said, that can make things happen. And you have a great story from, like I said, growing up in what they call Huntington Park and those areas that, like I said, those were working class communities back in the day when a lot of these big brands, Firestone, GM, and all those worked here, celebrating Cudahy, Bell Gardens. And nobody hears about them until, like, there's a mass murder or, there's corruption. But 90% of the time, hardworking people trying to make a decent wage and trying to make a decent living, raising beautiful children. And, of course, your story from starting off in a garage. And I like the phone thing is, hold on, let me transfer extensions in a garage. And making you sound like you're in an office is wonderful, because most people think you need all these things first, that you need to have the phone, you need to spend all this money. And really what you need is a simple plan and work it through, and that's what you've done.
Yeah, and a lot of heart, a lot of dedication, not giving up. Did we get burned numerous times? Yes, we did. But you learn, you just don't give up. And I think that's what sets my husband and I apart, because there's been a lot of situations where we literally had it like in our hand, and it didn't happen, and we were bummed out, and we're like, but why? And now looking back at all those other moments, I understand now why, because we are where we're at now with Vaka Burgers. So, it's been a true journey. Me and my hubby appreciate every single customer that comes here. That's why we try our best to always be here to say hello, to take a picture if somebody's, wanting to meet Chef Aaron, and it's just corazon, and not giving up. And I think that when you grow up with nothing, there's no way but up, really.
Yeah.
I love what I'm doing. I probably would have been bored out of my mind, as an attorney. Now that I look at it, I love socializing. I love comida. So, I'm really happy with the direction that Vaka Burger is taking. And, it brings all walks of life. We get people from East Coast. We get people from Valencia, from Marietta. I'm like, I don't know if I would drive that far for a burger. But people really, really take the time. They make it like a adventure, a trip. And
yeah, it's a destination. Yeah, it's a destination.
Yeah. So, it's awesome. We got a lot of heat in the beginning when we were going to open here. Everybody was saying, why Boyle Heights? Why? And my response was, why not? Why not? Me and Chef Aaron have always done everything backwards, as we were talking about that earlier. And we've been rebels, even in the industry, and we've proven a lot of people wrong, and here we are. And, like I overheard you guys mentioning the second location, so I'm excited about that. It's going to be a lot of work, and all the future ventures that Vaka Burger is going to, give birth to. So I'm excited.
Well, she's excited. I'm excited because they even brought out dessert. Yeah. And this is the sugar crunchy.
Yeah.
Give me the name, the correct name.
This is our version of the LA Unified School District's coffee cake.
All right. So let me make a call out to everybody who went to the LA Unified School District and had this coffee cake in the cafeteria. Think about it. Better than ever, right here with Sharon. But I keep saying Sharon. I don't know what Chef Aaron, because Chef, it sort of blends in. It's one of those tongue twister names. But I want to thank them for just lending us the time here for the last 2 hours, talking behind the scenes, as well as the great tips and advice. Never give up. And when you have nothing, there's only one way but up. So keep that in mind. We wish you all the best. Invite you to come here to Vaka Burgers when you get a chance. Enjoy great healthy food. And thanks to Sony, thanks to Knob Tablets who lent us all the equipment to record tonight. And we'd like to do this more often right here from Vaka Burgers in the near future. Bye. And with that, I'm going to dig into the coffee cake and enjoy life here. So here we go. Thank you.
Right?
Good?
That's life.
That's life. Thank you. It happens. That's life.